Good, thanks. How are you? How do I turn this down? Been away for a week. Good morning, everyone. How you all doing? Did you miss me? I missed you. I have. I really have. It's good to see you all back here. Welcome, everyone. Today is Saturday, the 3rd of November. Petrol, $1.68.9. It's gone down. And the weather out there is 24 degrees. It is windy. It is cold. It is unseasonably cool for this time of year. Been up in Townsville, as you all would be very well aware of. That opening shot, if you didn't get a chance to see it, is exactly from the balcony where I was staying, and I decided to take a nice little view of my outlook in life. Outlook in life is very good at the moment. Well, maybe not. Going away. I'm going away in the next couple of days. I'm heading down to see the good man himself. And you know what I like about today? Today is Whiskey Day. Rudy, I'll be seeing you before you even see me. I don't think he knows I'm coming. I think he knows I'm coming, but I don't think he knows. You know what it's like. Are you coming? I said yes for the last 2 weeks. Cheers, Rudy. Where are you? Cheers, mate. I love you. I love you to bits. This one here is the Gardu. If you're looking at getting this one, it's got a nice good afterburn, this one. Whoa, I love it. Oh, got a couple of messages come through from Cloch Reviews. Said this, it's like sitting down with a friend. Many thanks, G-Man. It is, isn't it? With our 3 people on here, it is a bit of a little friendship kind of a group. And I like having you people here. Martin Peacock 3 days ago says, I need to get a life. I'm watching G-Man shave. How will the reindeers recognise you? And that, my friends, is exactly what it is like. It is exactly like that. Shaved, sitting at airports, doing all that. I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow. Same time, 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. It'll be 10 o'clock where Rudy and I are. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I'll work it out. But whatever time you're on this morning is the same time that I'm going to be on. We've got so much to get through. What's on the TV first? See what's on the... Oh, yes, I've got that. I've got that one. We're going to be showing that. We're going to be showing that video. And Channel 10, or whatever channel, the behavior is unacceptable. We're going to have a look at that. But they've blurred it all out. We're not blurring anything out. We're going to have a look at these putters to see what they do. One job, people. One job. And I think it's time, Rudy, that we get into the rant because there's so much to talk about here today. Fishermen spend night stranded after wild weather claims their vessel. When I saw this, I don't know why, but in my head I just went, the weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, that ship would be lost. That ship would be lost. You can continue it on. But they did rescue the 7 people that were on there, and I think they're all doing okay. I don't know. That's hardly a rant, but it's a good start. Have a look at Ginger and Marianne. How hot was Marianne? She was hot, wasn't she? Anyway, 3 stowaways make 11-day journey on oil tanker's rudder to the Canary Islands. I went to the Canary Islands once. I didn't see one canary. Then I went to the Virgin Islands. I think that story there is...
Hey, you over there. Don't bring that over here. That's bullshit.
That is 11 days on a ship's rudder, 3 of the stowaways. I don't know if you've ever been on a ship, but if you're thinking that they're going to have smooth sailing the whole way, I think that's a whole lot of crap. I don't know. It's just rubbish. It's rubbish. Channel 10's crisis worse than imagined as Christmas party is axed. Oh no! They axed a Christmas party. We're going to be talking about that putz in the middle there, that Lisa Wilkinson. She's been the fault of that whole Brittany Higgins thing that we're going to be talking about in our major story here today. Kmart responds after disturbing find in portable speaker box. We will investigate. You can't really see it there. I punched into the story and I'm thinking, disturbing? What? It's kind of like knives, parts of guns, a machete, a maybe, I don't know, a grenade. That would be disturbing. So the customer opened it up. Shoes. I thought it was quite clever though, because what you can do is all of the stores in here, you can go into the store, you can buy yourself a speaker, you can take it home, you can take the contents out, you can put shoes in, which is what they did, sent it back, they gave the person the receipt back, and voila, somebody else bought the speaker box and got a pair of shoes. I think that's a better deal. Queensland Health Minister confirms that she stored furniture on the same site as the vaccination hub. Why am I speaking like that? Because that's how she talks. Well, no, she speaks Queensland. Queensland Health Minister confirms she stored her furniture. Have a look at this story. Oh, so she's been gifted storage, but the storage she's been gifted was at the vaccination hub. Oh, do we get those? Like, I know she's gone, but I was open and transparent. But do we get that? Do we get gifted? I've got some furniture that I need to... I've got some whiskey that I need to store. Do I get that? Excuse me. I don't get any of that. Crappity crap. Oh, people. I'm just noticing. Hang on. We need to go back to here. I know why you're here. Michelle Gaga was number 1. Metanoia. Good morning, everyone. Metanoia. Metaverse, beyond, better, beyond reach, beyond true, noia, paranoia, metanoia, paranoia, afraid of the truth. That's all I'm going with. Well done, Michelle. Well done, but I'm not too sure what it is. Let's get back to the main stories. Sorry. Yes, so she gets to have her little gifted thing. What about us? What do we get? Nothing. Claudia was told to clean windows so customers could see her legs. Workplace sexual harassment is not getting better. But she works in one of those places in Holland where they work on a window and then they do all their little sexy dances. Excuse me. I got a frog in my throat, Rudy. And so people walk past her and they go, I want to see her legs. Imagine doing that, walking into the restaurant and saying, "G'day, boss, how you going? Mate, can you just clean your windows?" Why is that? I want to see Claudia's sexy legs. Well, why does she then wear clothes that's showing her legs? I don't know. Claudia, if you don't want to show your legs, put on long pants. Put on long pants. That's all you have to do. USA fan is dragged out of stadium for wearing a rainbow armband. I love how these stories are so exasperating. Oh, dragged out of the stadium. Let's have a look. American fan Brian Davis said he was aggressively removed from his seat. He had worn a rainbow-coloured armband to attend the USA's game against Iran. Davis reveals security staff had initially allowed him to enter the stadium. However, once seated, police approached him and told him to remove it. He refused and they dragged him up, twisting his arm, and removed him. Oh, rubbish. That's...
Seriously? That bullshit.
Don't believe you. Man charged after alleged... See, I had to read this story twice. Man charged after alleged sexual assault with meat cleaver. Did he sexually assault a meat cleaver? Man charged, should there be commas anywhere? Man charged after alleged sexual assault with meat cleaver. I didn't know that was against the law. I didn't know. Am I allowed to assault a meat cleaver sexually? Ow! Ow! Prime Minister responds to calls for public holiday to celebrate Socceroos. Very hard to resist. We haven't won. We won a game. We're making such a big deal out of this gay sport here. No one plays soccer anymore. Crying out loud. Although I did. I was very good at it. Maybe that's why I'm gay. I think I should be. Prime Minister, yeah, responds to... No one cares. Look at him. He doesn't look well, does he? Like, that's not a good look for a Prime Minister. It goes on the back of when Australia finally won our very first America's Cup, way back when Bob Hawke was Prime Minister. And he had said something in the light of, if any boss sacks their workers on the Monday morning because Australia had finally won a yacht race, they're a mug. Something like that. And so now there's calls out because we win a game. One game. We're not going to win. Like, seriously, we just won't win. Look at those pants. They don't even fit those boys. How? I have so many questions. Plane caught in power lines after crash. 2 occupants unhurt. Imagine sitting in the back there and you're actually seeing yourself landing and you're going, hey, Spook, yeah, mate, do you think you're a little bit low, that you're getting close to those power lines? No, mate, I think I'm doing quite well. It's just that we're getting close to those power lines. It's shocking. How? Look, it's just stuck there. Okay, I've flown my drone into power lines. Thousands of people plan to attend a barbecue in front of the home of a vegan Australian woman who took her neighbours to court over the smell of meat cooking in their own backyard. This is a story, I think it's a couple of years ago, but it seems to have a bit of a revival, unless there was another woman who complained about the smell. So they've set up a barbecue and wafting the smell into her house. Oh, that is so good. People are so clever. I love that. Vegans. Go and paste your hand onto the road or something. Will you go and do that? I've got some video of that too. Anti-vaxxer nurse who injected up to 8,600 elderly patients with salt water, good on you, love, instead of COVID vaccine walks free from a court in Germany. The nurse in Germany jabbed up to 8,600 people with saline solution, good on you, love. The nurse administered the fake vaccines. Well, no, actually not fake vaccines. She just administered saline and left people without protection. No, she's actually saved all those people. All of them. With all protection, she saved them. The defendant shared anti-vaxxer posts on social media during the pandemic. She's a hero. She gets one of these. Well done. She saved all those people. She did. See? Here we go. 214-0. So if I have a look, I need to expand this because you know what my eyes are like. I can't see. My eyes are burning. Let's have a look at this. Go over there. It says, okay, 4 or more doses, 214, admitted into ICU, 23, deaths, 17. No doses, 0 admitted to hospital, 0 admitted to ICU, and 2 deaths. So even that last story, that woman there is an absolute hero. She is the hero for all heroes because it's here. Look at them all, bit surprised. Having a look, really 214-0? I thought it was safe and effective. I thought it protects us. I thought it's the thing that protects us from everything. Rudy, when I come down there, man, we're going to be drinking so much whiskey. I think we should do the show tomorrow. I'm pissed. False hope. Oh, this is bad. False hope as wrong number published in $50 million Powerball draw. So imagine you're sitting there and the Powerball, and the last number you want is 14. And it drops, but your TV turns off and you go, I've got to get onto the paper. So you open up the paper, open it up on your pad, and the last number that drops is 16, but you didn't get to see it, and you open up the paper and it's 14. I won. I won. They only had one job. If the number dropped is 16, all you need to put in the paper is 16, not 14. So the person's then rung up and said, where's my phone call? I thought you were supposed to call me. Where's my phone call? You haven't called me and I've won Powerball. No, G-Man, you haven't won. Yes, I have. I've just looked at it. I've won 50 million and I'm not going to go to work anymore. G-Man, you haven't been working anyway. That's true. Okay. How bad is that? Ex-real estate agent in court for allegedly breaking into houses. Like this never happened. She's the only one that got caught. Like, how good would that be? If I was a real estate agent and I'm showing people around all these multi-million dollar houses and one's not selling, I'd be having parties in there, kicking up, drinking whiskey. Hey, come round to my house at Sovereign Island. Ooh, is this your place? No, but the furniture's nice. Go to the fridge. What have we got? Lots of aperitifs. How good is this? Stupid woman got caught. It's one job, love. One job. Don't get caught. It's as simple as that. You're the only person. And tell me, do you know real estate agents that actually do this, where they sleep in beds, they swim in the pool, they invite people over? Come on, even Little Naz did it. Didn't he? She? Little Naz? Even she did it? Something like that. Where her mother was a real estate agent and she made all those little TikTok videos. Come on. We know what happens. It's like, ooh, it's a surprise. Vladimir, I've been away for a week. I had to gather all these stories last night. I was up till like 2 o'clock. Vladimir Putin fell downstairs at his home and soiled himself. All right. Oh, okay. So what about someone else who falls upstairs? What about someone who eats ice cream? What about the person who falls down 3 stairs and then claims himself to have a broken arm and a broken spine? We don't report on that. But when this old man, Vladimir Putin, falls over and soils himself, we'll put that in the news. But we'll leave everything else alone. We all know how it works. These scumbag media, all they want to do is look at this Daily Mail. Hey, all they want to do is that they go, okay, gee, we can't be picking on the left anymore. What's going on with Twitter? Oh, yeah, Twitter. And Elon Musk is going to be releasing all the information with regards to the suppression of the Hunter Biden laptop. And that's going to be happening within the hour. So please let me know. He soiled his pants. Who hasn't? Who hasn't fallen downstairs and soiled themselves? Huh? Come on. I'm not the only one. I've got a cracker story that when the boys and I, in fact, it was that photo. Where is that photo? That photo of when we all went to Samurai Island, then we went to Mount Kinabalu, which is the tallest building. It's the tallest mountain in Southeast Asia. We climbed that. And when we got to the bottom, we got to the bottom. G-Man got to the bottom. When we got to the bottom, we found ourselves a shopping centre. And I had a mishap in the shopping centre because I ate ice cream. I've got to tell that story one day. Rudy, I might tell the story tomorrow when I sit next to you and we have a chat. It's getting bleaky out there. Look, a squirrel. Oh, I don't know what's going on. This is supposed to be a rant. Boy 10 shot mum dead because she refused to make Amazon purchase. Police say. Mum, can I have one of those VR units? No, son. Yeah, wait till Christmas. Mum, I want it now. Will you just wait till Christmas? It's like only a month away. Like, seriously, son. It's less than a month. It's only 22 days left. Oh, but Mum, I just feel like I want one of those Mum, son, you're not going to get one. Mum, if you don't get one, I'll shoot you. So he goes up into the mum's bedroom, opens up her drawer, pulls out the pistol, aims it at her, and she says, allegedly, well, I don't know how we know because she's dead, but allegedly she said, come on, son, put that away. Don't be silly. And shot her in the face. I think that was in Milwaukee. Isn't that where Happy Days was filmed? Milwaukee? It's a bad place, Milwaukee. I don't want to go there. That's where it was. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look at them all the putzers. Oh, and the stands are full out there. Look at how many people are watching the cricket. Look at the people watching cricket. And the captain says, not too bothered. Cummins defends Aussies taking the knee in test opener. Look at them all. Look at Australia's test cricket team makes history by taking the knee. And have a look at the insert of the crowd. 5 people watching. There's a great meme that I have on is when this happens, I turn the TV off. What a bunch of virtue signalling putzers. Like, seriously. Why don't you just do your job and play cricket? No one cares. What are you taking the knee for this time? What is it this time? No one actually cares. Chris Whitty warns Britain faces prolonged period of excess deaths not caused by COVID due to collateral effects of lockdown.
B-U-double-L-S-H-I-T, that's bullshit.
They really think that we listen to them now. This is yesterday's news. Oh, really? So all that collateral damage that's happened with all those people dying, it's because of lockdowns. Well, if that would be the case, then every single person who's been locked down in a nursing home would be dead. Every single person that is in a correctional center would be dead. Every person that is in ICU or is locked down in their home should be dead. Every single person. But no, let's not state the obvious here. Let's not do that. Let's just see how stupid we're going to fool the public again. Not going to work this time, people. So here we have the start of a whole series of why we don't believe them anymore. None of these people have been locked down. So let's just start reading, and I think I have about a dozen of these. Ricky Ponting, he's one of our cricketers that hopefully never took the knee, is rushed to hospital after suffering heart complications during the Australian and West Indies test. That's cricket. Die Hard Top Gun actor Clarence Gilliard Jr. dies at the age of 66. Brad Williams, dead at 56. Excuse me. NFL alum turned actor died in his sleep. Wasn't this? He was in the film or in the series Orange is the New Black? Something like that? Black is the New Orange? I don't know. Singer dies. This is sad. Like, seriously sad. Singer dies aged 37 hours after wedding. Dies in his sleep. Devastated. Building boss dies suddenly. Dog the Bounty Hunter co-star David Robinson, dead at 50. Shock death of much-loved drought master Breeder. Dead. Died suddenly in his sleep. Actor Frank Vallelonga Jr. is found dead on the New York City streets. These sudden deaths are vaccidental. Where is me thing? Oh, was it because they were all locked down? Is that it? But no, we'll do this now. More deaths among vaccinated Americans, not a reason to avoid the vaccines, experts say. Knock yourself out. Go for it, people. Line up, because my vaccine shares need to be rebooted again. So go out there and get your fifth one. Listen to those experts. Keep doing it, people. Get out there, listen to them. More deaths amongst vaccinated Americans is not the reason to avoid the vaccines. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I think everyone's been fooled. Oh, got a few more stories, people. No learning is taking place. Teachers facing assault, burnout, and understaffing. Teachers. I'm not a teacher. Like, seriously. My brother's a teacher. He does nothing. School principal. My sister's a school principal. She does nothing. What do you mean burnout? What do you do? Like, seriously, what do you do? You go there. Hi, kids. How you all going? Here's the assignment for the day. I want you to find the spelling mistakes in this. Huh. There you go. And while they sit on their asses doing nothing, where is there facing assault? Here in Australia. What are you facing? What assault? Which one of you is the teacher? I bet you both is. Burnout and understaffing. Maybe it's because of this. A Victorian teacher who sent sexually explicit images of himself to a 14-year-old girl has avoided jail and will instead undergo mental health treatment for loneliness. So there you have it, people. If you get caught doing any of those nefarious things, and we'll be seeing in the Brittany Higgins thing. So if you get caught speeding, mental illness. If you get caught taking drugs, So, mental illness. If you get caught doing something nefarious, like this putz here, mental illness. If you go to court, just cite mental illness. It's the buzzword now. And here's what you got. No learning taking place. It's because they're sending explicit images to 14-year-old girls, you putzers. Racism has no place. Prince William speaks out after godmother steps down as Buckingham Palace aide. Ngozi Fulani says she was asked, what part of Africa are you from? By the royal aide on Tuesday. Doesn't seem like anything wrong with that. Miss Fulani says that she was told that the aide was from Britain when was asked, well, where do your people come from? Fair enough question. A palace spokesman said the aide had stepped aside from her honorary role with immediate effect. Well, maybe the question you should have asked is, what are your pronouns? What are your pronouns? How do you identify? What is it? What are your pronouns? Would you be more happy with that? Well, where are you from? Like, Siri, what's wrong with that question? Like, what is racism's got no place in here? It's not racist. It's just asking a question. I want to know where she's from too. What part of Africa was your heritage? Come on. No, you don't have a heritage? Are you ashamed? Is that what it is? You're ashamed. You're ashamed of your heritage. That's what it is, isn't it? It's because you can't stand up for yourself and you're so insecure with yourself that you can't stand up and go, actually, I'm really proud of my heritage. I came from Zambia, or I was from Ghana, or I came from Zimbabwe, or I'm from South Africa, or I'm Rhodesian. Any one of those would do. Tick, that would do. But no, you're just embarrassed. You're embarrassed about your parents. You're embarrassed about your great-grandparents and your great-parents. You're embarrassed. So it's probably good that you step down anyway, because those putzers in there, how about we ask them where their heritage lies? Huh? How about we ask them, William of Prince? More than 33,000 COVID fines withdrawn after government concedes that they're invalid. 33,000. Okay, there were something like 62,000. And the only reason the 33,000, and you got to look into the fine print of this, but gee man, only 33,000 of the 62,000, is because the other 30-odd thousand people paid it. They were stupid enough to pay it. And so they've gone, Jesus, we can't get 33,000 people going through the court systems. And also, let's do a double check on this one here. I think they're invalid. Let's have a look at this. Statement by the Revenue New South Wales. I'm looking at after the bullet points. This decision does not mean that the events were not committed. So it says, the offence wasn't committed, even though it was illegal and they were invalid, so the offence still holds. Okay. A total of 33,000 fines will be withdrawn, which is around half of the total number of the 62,000. The remaining 29,000 COVID fines will still be required to be paid if not already resolved. Okay. They are not affected by the decision. So have a look at those two bullet points. Number one bullet point. Failed to comply with the notice of direction related to Section 789 COVID-19 individual. It's invalid. It's not true. It's illegal. They fooled you again. Failed to comply with notice of direction in relation to 789-COVID-19 for the company. Invalid. Did not work. I reckon some of those companies would have paid it. They've just gone, got to pay it. And what was it for? Not wearing a mask? $200. Walking outside your 5-kilometre radius? $1,000. It's great, isn't it, this story? Parents refuse use of vaccinated blood in life-saving surgery on baby. Well, I can tell you now, more and more of this is going to be coming out, Rudy. Why is it okay? Why is it okay? Is it the Mormons? Is it the Mormons that say we don't take in transfusions? We do not like to transfuse blood from one human to another. But now when this person here decides, hey, I don't want any of that poisonous blood in my baby, in my child. So now all of a sudden you've got the New Zealand's health services. So this is how the government's working for you. That the New Zealand Health Services are going to go to court over guardianship of a 4-month-old boy whose parents have not let heart operations go ahead. It's not that they're not letting the heart operation going ahead. They want the heart operation, but they want purebloods. They want purebloods like myself to say, hey, I don't want poisonous clotting up those calamari-looking veins that are in people that we're seeing in mortuaries. I don't want any of that crap in my little boy's veins. What I would like pure blood. So I wonder if G-Man can come and fly over. I think I have a story about this one here. Let's get into the story because put your headphones on, people. Where is it here? There we go, this one here. Put your headphones on.
When I was in the meeting with them on Friday morning, I asked the surgeon that repeatedly, why are you opposing this? There will be no harm. They've got the blood ready. The operation can go ahead. In the interest of the parents and the child, this can go ahead. The surgeon's repeated answer to me was, because I don't believe there's any problem with the blood. And I kept saying, but it's not about your belief. In a free country, you can hold whatever belief you want. This is about the parents' right to choose and on their informed consent. And they are deeply informed. They are deeply studied. They have done enormous due diligence on their informed consent under our law. You doctors must listen to what the parents want. And that was when they walked out. This case is about Will's life, and he is a very special little boy, but it's about the lives of your children and grandchildren. If one day we find that our blood bank is utterly polluted, we don't know yet. I asked this, why?
Is that better? Am I back on? Okay, sorry, I muted myself while the story was on. Yeah, how about I do the best for my with the knowledge that I have, with the research that I have, with the people that I know who are going to protect me, like my surgeon. How about New South Wales, New Zealand Health? How about you just stay the fuck out of my business? How about that? Hey, we know what you've done. Just stay out of my fucking business. Was I muted just then? New Zealand's health services made a court application over the guardianship of a 4-month-old baby whose parents are refusing to allow his life-saving heart surgery to go ahead unless non-vaccinated blood is used. Boom. Tick. Yes. We make the demands, you don't. The parents of the baby discussed their son's health situation and their medical preference in an interview with an anti-vaccination campaigner. In the interview, the parents say that their baby has severe pulmonary valve stenosis and that he needs surgery almost immediately, but that they are extremely concerned with the blood that the doctors are going to use. I would be too. We don't want blood that is tainted by vaccination, the father said. That's the end of the deal. We are fine with anything else that these doctors want to do. And that, my friends, is how it should be. So well done, parents, for standing up for your child. For once, we can see parents that are standing up for their children and saying, I want the best for my child. And you know what, government? Stay out of my fucking life. And just like that, it is all over. Can you believe this? Bruce Lehrmann's rape trial abandoned 6 or 7 weeks ago, or maybe even 2 months ago. It was the Brittany Higgins rape trial. So now it's the Bruce Lehrmann rape trial. It's abandoned and the charges were dropped. You know that I had already spoken about this, and I said if this putz did what he did, and it'll be trialled by the jury of his peers, this putz then on the left-hand side needs to go to jail. I have no room for anyone that wants to be able to use a position or their status or their as an excuse to take someone else that has not consented to sex. Okay? I'm not up for that. But on the same token, I did say, if the putz on the right-hand side turns around and she's been lying, well, how does that work then? Oh, no. How about we just go ahead and get a book deal done, $330,000. So that's still on the table. So she'll still be able to get her little book deal done. She'll still be able to go to the media. She'll still be able to spruik her wares. He doesn't now even get the opportunity to say whether he's guilty or innocent. None at all. She just goes, mental illness. We're going and citing mental illness again. Have a look at these two stories here. I grabbed this from Sky News. Yes, I'll be demonetized. But I grabbed this from Sky News because The woman interviewer in here obviously sides with Brittany Higgins, but the lawyer is just purely using facts. Put your headphones on, take a look at this.
Obviously the right outcome for Brittany Higgins. What happens now?
The right outcome.
Well, I disagree with you. I don't
Good.
think it's the right outcome at all. I think this is an outrageous outcome.
Right outcome
There's
for
no
her
real-
health. For her health.
For her health.
But for the justice
Shut
system,
up.
this is a catastrophe. This means that this case remains unresolved forever. We will never know exactly what happened. We will never know whether Bruce Lerman is guilty or whether he's faced unjustified accusations. That's outrageous enough. The other statement I find really strange is Mr. Drumgold's statement that he still believes there's a reasonable prospect of success in the prosecution. Now, if that's the case, what are we doing having a fellow walking around the streets with the ACT justice system incapable of bringing him to trial? Now look at things from Mr. Lerman's position. He's been accused. He's faced one trial. During that trial, the prosecution case had a number of, how can I describe it, number of holes punched in its case. The chief prosecution witness was Ms. Higgins. On a series of matters, her evidence was found to be not correct, let me put it that way. Let's start with a couple of them. She gave evidence that the dress she was wearing at the time, she put in a plastic bag and under her bed and didn't wear it for some time. The defence produced a photograph of her weeks after the alleged event wearing that dress. She delayed and resisted handing over her telephone to the AFP.
Yep.
When she did hand over her telephone, her text messages has been deleted. One more. She told multiple people that she'd had a medical examination after the alleged event. It subsequently emerged she kept none of those appointments. She told Lisa Wilkinson on television that
Here we go.
Lerman had removed her underwear. It subsequently emerged in court that on that particular day she was not wearing any underwear.
How classic is that? Just the lying bitch. Like, seriously. Like, if she got raped, okay. What did you also know there are probably something like, I'm going to make this number up. There's probably like 100 cases at court at the moment. But this one here gets all the attention. Who does this serve? Who wins out of this? The media wins. The lawyers win. We don't win. We get nothing out of this. Both those people, regardless of the outcome. I don't know what's going to happen to her, but he's now going to be tainted as the person who was accused of raping a person in Parliament. He'll always be that accused person. Regardless of what happens, the mud's got to stick now, and the mud has stuck on this person. So she can falsely accuse this person with no evidence, with the dress that she didn't wear, and now claiming mental health, and then saying to Lisa Wilkinson, that other putz, saying to her that, oh, look, it's okay, I was wearing underpants and he took off my panties. She wasn't wearing any. So how does all this work? The justice system has failed us. This has got nothing to do with both those people, the justice system. And plus we forgot to mention is that the judge who was presiding over this had said quite clearly, I want the jury to go out and I want you to come back with a result. The first time they came back, they couldn't come to a unanimous decision. He sent them out again. The second time they came back, they couldn't come back with a unanimous decision. So he sent them out again. The third time they came back, oh, look, there seems to be a box in here of documents that a juror had brought into the court. So now it's a mistrial. We'll shut everything down. Everyone go home. We've got to now shut the case down and we'll have a new case happening in February of next year. So now, because a juror who brought something into the courtroom, which is an injustice there, and it's also perverting the course of justice. So what happens is, this is a great win for Brittany. How good's this? And so we'll just close the case up. Nothing to see here, people. And then what do we get now? Mental health. Well, I'll be watching her mental health for a long time to come. You're just a putz, I'm telling you. Let's have a listen to the second part of this story here, because now listen, I want you to listen to the reporter, how the reporter is siding with Brittany Higgins, because of course, believe women.
To remind our viewers, Chris, it was Brittany Higgins that wasn't the one on trial here. It was Bruce Lohman. I wonder your thoughts, though, on the acknowledgement here of Shane Drumgold and the consideration of one individual's health. And it seems on that front that Brittany Higgins seems to have suffered the most here.
Brittany Higgins has seemed to have suffered the most here. She accused someone of raping her. The accused never got his time in court, and she's the one suffering. So, gents, here's what's going to happen. Every time you go out now, I want you to write in your diaries, I was raped. It's just as simple as that. I was raped. Put it in your diary. Go to the police station, put in a report. That's all you have to do. Or I think I was. That's all. Do you want to press charges? Just leave it at that. Get in before they do. They're gonna sink you. This is just horrible. Whatever. Bring me back to Gilligan's Island. It's pissing down rain outside, people. And that, my friends, is the rant. I'm going to open up the lines. I'm sick of those stories. The lines are open. If you want to give me a call, let's have a look at the numbers there. There it is. Dial by your location. The meeting ID is 476-631-8505 and the passcode is 666. If you want to give me a call about any of those stories, any one of those, the vaccinations, the deaths, the people who are suffering, I'm more than happy to come on. And it's good to see that there are some people out there who are also watching a great program, which I think you should go into and give this guy a lot of support. The YouTube channel is called Chad Theory. Jump onto Chad Theory. You're going to love his take on things. And I am planning on getting Chad Theory, not so much in here, but I'm planning on doing a Zoom with him so we can have a bit of a chitty-chatty, or I'll get on his show and we can have a 3-way, 2-way or 5-way chat. So the lines are open if you want to have a chat. Let's take some light out of all this and let's have a look at some stupid videos. I think that's what we like to do. I like to look at stupid videos, only because I can. This kid's cool. Check this kid out. I think this is me when I fell over when I was on my bike. Rudy, remember this? This is me. I don't think you need headphones. Ouch. Folks, we might have to watch this a couple of times. This next one here, it's a young girl who sees a basketball coming near her, so she has to throw the basketball, and a little accident happens. So let's check this out if you don't mind. No sound. Oops. I don't know if I watched that carefully. I might have to watch that again, people. I just might have to watch it again. There we go. Oh, the damn thing froze. Why is it freezing? What's wrong with the computer? Computer's freezing, people. Sorry. Oh, it's back on again. It's my show, my monkeys. I'm allowed to do that. Here's this story that we opened up right in the beginning. It's the story where Qantas and the baggage handlers have been... This is what they do. This is what they do with your bags. Check this out. This is actually true. So there's now an investigation as to why these baggage handlers... Oh, boom. That's my bag. Now one bag goes over the back and they don't even retrieve it. Look at these boys, eh? Boom. Boom. Hang on. Oh no, they put that bag on. That bag. Oh gee, that's horrible, isn't it? Sponsored by... See that bag? That bag that just went over. They don't come back to retrieve it. They're walking away. Now I know, Qantas, where my bags go. Seriously, Qantas, you have one job. One job, baggage handlers. So apparently there's a big investigation as to where that happened. That's too funny. Too funny. Oh, this is a crack up. People, do you know how you bark at your dog? You know, every now and you go, arr, 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 arr. You do that? Or you might see a cow and you go, moo. Or you see a lamb and you go, I don't know my noises. Check this out.
Don't do this.
Why?
Ask any professional zoologist or animal trainer, and
Okay.
they will tell you, do not make animal sounds at an animal. Why? Because you don't know what you're saying to them. If you've ever barked at your dog or meowed at your cat and you noticed that they were treating you differently after that, they were avoiding you or were acting kind of cold toward you, it's probably because you accidentally said something racist.
Yeah. Racist. Did you hear that? So obviously when you're barking at your dog, meowing at your cat, you might be saying something racist. Of course it is. Of course it is. Oh, how stupid am I? We got some callers in. Oh, how stupid am I? Of course. I've got a new name on here. I've got a name called Nico. I've never had a Nico before. Let me turn some noise on. Nico, can you hear me? Nico. Hey, mate, how you going? I can hear you. Let me just try 1 second. There we go. You are on. Nico, oh, you're in Chad's Theory.
Yeah. Thanks for the shout out, man. That's awesome.
Oh, mate, cheers, mate. Yeah, I think, hey, everyone, if you're all watching this, there's Nico on the side of the screen there, but, well, not. But for those people who are really into getting the news straight up with no bullshit behind it, you need to get on and watch Chad Theory. Linda Hunter, I noticed, is on there. Pub Test is on there. G-Man is on there. So you need to do that. How is it going down there in New South Wales, brother?
Yeah, it's okay. I was gonna call to have more of a chat about the Higgins Lohman trial. We covered that this week on the show, obviously.
I missed it. I missed it by about. Well, I was working actually. I was up in Townsville. Let's have a chat, mate. I don't know whether I was right or whether I was way off.
No.
Way off the mark.
I think you're pretty right. Although, I mean, people say the justice system has failed, but if the justice system had completely failed, and if the libtards have had their way, Bruce had already you've been in jail for 12, 18 months, you know, hashtag believe all women.
Believe all women, yes.
So, I mean, it's an unsatisfactory outcome for him because he doesn't get to be completely exonerated because honestly, I think it was a cop out for the prosecutor to say, oh, well, we have to think about Britney's health because so listen to this, right? I think a lot of it is spin. What do you think would have happened if they turned around, if the prosecution had turned around and said, well, actually, we're not going to go again because there's our chances of success this time around not looking so good because of our witness. And the first time we went in, you know, the jury were deliberating for days and they couldn't come to a decision. What do you think the left media would have done if that was the case?
Oh,
right?
They would have had a conniption.
There would have been protests in the street.
They would have been apoplectic. The whole thing would have been just an absolute, it'll be a farce. Yeah, there'd be protests in the streets, all right. Believe all women. What happened? Yeah.
Exactly. And it's unjust and there needs to be another trial. So what do they do instead? They go, oh, well, it's in Britney's best interest. Yeah. It's in Britney's best interest. So now the left aren't complaining. They're going, oh, well, it's good that there's not another trial. Because don't forget, 2 weeks ago, they actually changed. They changed the Evidence Act in the ACT so that they could use the video and the audio recordings of her first testimony in the witness box and her cross-examination, so she wouldn't even have to go back.
No. So what happens? Give me a heads up. What happens now? So what is Bruce Lehrmann's chances now? Can he sue her civilly?
He can sue a lot of people civilly.
Yeah.
So he
I think
could. So
we're
I
hoping.
don't. There's problems with him actually suing. So he can't sue Brittany Higgins for making the accusation or things she said in court
Okay.
because those things are actually protected. But the problem is she went to the media.
Yeah.
Right. So she did a national press club address and an interview. So he could sue her, but I reckon like forget Higgins. I mean, she's kind of blocked herself though, going, well, I'm too unwell. Like it's it's bad for my health to be involved in any kind of litigation where I have to give evidence because my safety is at risk. I mean, she's threatening suicide basically.
Oh,
So
yeah.
So look, mate, there's people that have deeper pockets than Brittany. So you'd go after Wilkinson. You'd go after the
Channel 10, the project.
the news. Yeah, you'd go after Channel 10.
Yeah.
You go after Channel 10. My theory. I was saying this on Chad's show, but my theory is, I don't know if you've been following the Ben Robert Smith case.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know John Singleton channel that owns I think a substantial chunk of Channel 7. He funded that defamation trial. So what I mean, I don't think Channel 7's involved in it at all. But can you imagine if Singo actually funds like taking Wilkinson and Channel 10 to court?
It'd be magic. See, I had another theory. I love theories, but I have another theory also. Is that I think I was talking to Pub Test about this. That what we were thinking or we were surmising was that Lisa Wilkinson had left Channel 10 because the project. I think the project's owned by, or that part of the project's owned by CBS in the States. Would that be right? Probably.
Oh, it might be now. Yeah.
But they may have turned and said she's too much of a liability. Wilkinson's too much of a liability now. We've got to get her out. So at least we can show the media that if we get sued, we can say, no, hang on. You can't sue the project because we actually did our due diligence and we found that Lisa Wilkinson was in breach of her contract. So we dismissed her. And so we did the right thing. So that was our theory. Do you reckon that's a good theory?
It might be. I've heard some other theories though that are even sneakier. I reckon Wilco had a heads up, right? Because look, do you know who broke this story? So the prosecutor, what's his name, Shane Drumgold. He had a press conference yesterday at 10 a.m. But Samantha Maiden got the exclusive and released the story yesterday afternoon.
Who's Samantha Maiden?
She was she's a news.com reporter, news.com.au reporter, but she's one of the reporters, I think, that initially broke the story about Higgins. Oh. So,
right.
but so I reckon Wilkinson had a heads up that this was coming. Because you gotta remember, like, Higgins would have known this was coming.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably something that she wanted maybe as well. Or they said to her, this is going to happen. This is how we're going to spin it. Yeah. Go get the psychological reports. Oh, this is all speculation, by the way.
Yes, of course.
I'm completely speculating. But Wilco might have got the heads up, which is why she quit, because she didn't want the heat. Because I mean, like you go onto like social media and like Lisa Wilkinson, she's completely out of the. I think she's like 4th or 5th trending on Twitter because people are bitching about her, going, "It's her fault. It's her fault. This happened."
So good. It's so good, isn't it? It is so good.
It is.
Nico, I'll tell you, everyone that's listening into this, my show, as everyone knows, is at 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is 10 o'clock in New South Wales. Now, Chad Theory is on at midday in New South Wales, which is 11 o'clock my time. Everything gets confusing now. So what you can all do, everyone, is somebody had just said, can you send me a link? Just go into YouTube, type in Chad Theory.
I'll see if I can post the link in the chat.
Yeah, post the link up there so everyone can click onto it, and then subscribe. And then what you can do is you'll watch my show first, and then we'll jump off my show, and we'll all get into Chad Theory, and then we'll just be a whole bunch of degenerates on there, and we'll just type away and make sure it all happens. Now, the people that aren't watching this live, of course, there'll be up to around 1,500 to 2,000 people that once they get out of bed, they'll watch this. Please jump onto Chad Theory. You're going to love this channel. Pub Test put me onto it, and I just love it, mate. Yes, and I don't drink whiskey every day. Like,
Mate, the two times, because I've watched both your shows on Saturday, because the kids usually have cricket in the morning. I've been lucky the last 2 weeks. I haven't had to take the kids, because usually it's like my wife has to take one, I have to take one. But they've both been at the same grounds for the last 2 weeks, so I get to stay in bed. And the two times that I've watched your show, because Pub Test put us onto you, right?
Bloody Pub Test.
Is he a mate of yours? Is he?
Well, no, he's only a subscriber. Nobody's ever met him. Nobody's ever met him real. I don't think he exists. I think he's I think he's AI.
Well, Australia doesn't exist, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Was it Alex Jones that said Australia's fake?
He could be right. He could be right.
Yeah. So the two times that I've watched your show, you've been drinking.
Yeah, that's a Saturday.
And I'm like, geez.
It's a Saturday. Right. Yeah, but during I thought I'd started way back when I started, and I tried the drinking at 9 o'clock with my father. It got too hard.
Oh my God.
I can't do it anymore. Hang on, just LMA Pika.
Hey.
LMA Pika, bloody Pub Test. See what I did there? Just super chatted $10. Thank you, LMA Pika. You're an absolute gem. Absolute gem. Mate, thank you. And I want to jump onto your show one day. We'll
no worries. All right. I'll get off the line so you can have a chat to someone else.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right. See you, mate.
Bye. All right. I've got somebody. Who else have I got on? I've got Steve M. Steve N, I've got you coming on. I think I'll wait a couple of moments for it to link on. And I just saw when when Nico was on before, I could have quite easily put him up on the screen, but I need to get permissions first before I do that. Steve M, I can see you. The team can't see you. When I say the team, the degenerates can't see you. But Steve Bond, how you going? What's happening?
Doing good. Interesting conversation just had with Nico. Same subject.
Yes.
A couple of points I'm pondering. I'm only getting what information you're providing about what's happened, and it's been, pretty deep as far as the basics. I wonder, the juror. So you had a hung jury that went twice, hung, and then when they come back out, suddenly a juror brings something into the courtroom.
Correct.
That causes the mistrial.
Correct.
Are they investigating who that was and why? Because I'm kind of questioning in my head, if I was one of the jurors and I wasn't a very reputable person and I wanted to see, I voted guilty on the guilty side, did I just purposefully cause the mistrial? So that would be something that I think needs to be investigated. Because if they find that that's true and they don't punish that person, this is going to be what you have, and it'll spread all over the world, because we would do something similar here. Yep, mistrial. People purposefully doing things to cause a mistrial. And then the other more general question I'm pondering is, I'm old enough to remember when women who accused a man of rape simply weren't believed. That it was a more male chauvinist world.
Yeah.
Things have changed, and I wonder why it's now the man's. I don't think the man's ever believed anymore.
No.
When it comes to the accusation of rape.
No.
And so the general pondering question is, why have we swung so far back that there's, this guy has been castigated in the press well before the trial, and he's not unusual in that. This happens a lot.
Yeah.
In rape cases. Why is this allowed? Why was she allowed to talk to the press and they didn't go after her for that?
You're a
not-
very smart man, Steve, because there are so many questions. Yeah, is the juror going to be investigated? Is there going to be someone that's going to be held accountable for this mistrial to happen? You know, are we still on this same track of believing all women, or do we believe the evidence? Are we going to give Bruce Lehrman a fair trial? Everything that you're bringing up here, it just sounds like that. There are people like you and I who would like these answers. It's just simple. We just want to know can there be a fair trial? And like Nico was saying, it's really hard. You know, when I say the justice system has failed, but if it had failed us, then he would have probably been 18 months to 2 years in jail already. So, you know, tit for tat on that one there. I agree with him. Yeah, you got too many questions that I don't have the answers for, but they're great rhetorical questions. They are. I don't know if anyone has, if anyone's looked into it further to see whether this juror has actually been charged.
They don't need to make that public unless a charge is going to be made against that juror. If they find there's been some nefarious action on the juror's part. But it's important, I think, not only for your justice system, for Australia, but for, you know, the rest of the world that tries to do, you know, trials like they should be here in America, what your system is as well. And also, this is now a dangerous precedent.
Yes.
That she's allowed to plead a health issue that stops everything.
Yep.
And keeps this man in limbo until either she regains her mental health and decides to go forward with it anyway, or if she does, then there'll be a trial. But if she doesn't, this guy is in limbo the rest of his life.
Yep.
And that's not fair to him, because
not fair.
I don't know about your court system, but in ours, it's we're innocent until proven guilty, even though we're guilty in the press well before the trial.
Yes.
Because people want to. I find that in this world today, too many people want to have an opinion about things they've got no business making a decision their mind up about.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person that I don't know if he's guilty or innocent. Unless I sit in that trial as a juror and have to weigh the evidence, I'm not going to have an opinion. Because my opinion, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't mean anything in that court.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Just the evidence.
It's dangerous precedent that is set for your country and for my country, because I can see this being picked up in the press over here and it being repeated. And it's going to become, I'm afraid, people are going to go, oh, I can plead mental distress and stop the whole shebang because maybe I, shouldn't have done it. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to trial. Maybe I shouldn't have pressed those charges. I've had second thoughts, but I can get off the hook entirely.
Yeah,
it's a dangerous precedent. They need to, I will have an opinion, and this is my opinion.
Yeah.
And if she ever regains her mental health, the prosecution should go forward.
Well, I think in that little clip that I showed is that the prosecution can still, down the track, they can still prosecute. They still can down the track. It's not like it's a done deal.
But they're not going to by their own admission if she is in mental distress.
No. It does sound to a lot of us, us plebiscites here. It sounds a lot of us, our plebiscites. It sounds like us plebs people here in this where we're sitting. To me, it just is like, look, okay, who has the deeper pockets? How do we get out of this? How do we make sure that this precedent isn't going to be set again? And it's a horrible injustice that's been done for both parties, like for both. If she was raped, you know what I say? Hey, the putz needs to be given Chinese burns and horsey bites. But again, if he's innocent and proven innocent, which he now didn't have a chance to prove his innocence, then she needs to be held to account. But that doesn't happen. I think it's the same as over there, where you are. You can make all these allegations, and at this stage, it's believe all women until.
I lost you.
Yeah, that's okay.
I lost your, well, you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've just, some thoughts there.
Yeah.
It deeply concerns me that I think the cat's out of the bag. It's like every day here in America, you read of somebody goes to court over something, and they find a new way to twist the law, and in ways that it was never, convoluted in ways it was never meant to be. And the next thing you know, there are copycats all over. A new precedent has been set. And I'm afraid that this is one that nobody thought of this. Well, who would have thought that you could plead mental distress and get out of a trial? Shut it down.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have.
No.
I would have never thought that.
Have a listen to this comment here by Professor Heretic. He says that's the problem. Innocence should never be proven, only guilt. I totally agree with that. Why are we trying to prove our innocence? I thought, and we all thought, it was innocent until proven guilty, but it seems like once the media gets a hold of it, it's everyone's guilty, and you got to prove your innocence. So that was well said, Heretic. Well said.
I agree wholeheartedly. All right. Well, I'll let you go. And cheers, Sir Rudy.
All right. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Hang on.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now, Nico just put up there, and we're going to have a look. He says, Nico 555 says, regarding the naughty juror, in other states like New South Wales, jurors would be jailed or fined. The ACT doesn't have such laws, but the juror got a dressing down by the judge in court. So, badum-ding. I don't think it came on. Badum-ding. Well, there you go. That I didn't know. Nico, put up your that link so everyone can press onto the little button and join your channel. Well, what a big show today was. It's 10 past or 6 past 10, something like that. I don't know. Oh, stop with all that Illuminati noises and stuff and
Don't
get
do
off
that.
there. Stop. The last one I want to show here, people. I think this is pretty cool. If you're ever in a carjacking situation, just do what this guy did. Do they sound like shots? I can't say that other word. That's pretty cool. That's all you got to do. This guy's got to get a bigger truck. All right, people, that is it. That is it for the day. I have a closing video. Thank you so much for your call. I'm going to be on tomorrow, same time, 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be bringing a beautiful bottle of whiskey down to Rudy, the big man himself, and hopefully I can get him sitting next to me, and we'll be doing the show together. I'll put a microphone on him. I'll put one of those wireless things on him. He might just want to sit there and have a whiskey with me. I don't know. I'll be on tomorrow. I've got a closing video. Everyone, please do the cheers whiskey. Everyone just do the cheers, Rudy, with your little whiskey glasses. Enjoy this. Bye, everyone. All right. Australia. Will do. Where's Gerald?
All hail Rudy.
Good on you, mate. Well done. Here we go. Metanoia can be a transformative change of heart or simply a change of mind. I could do that. Cheers, who? LMA, Pika, S32. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you. It's good having you good people on. Don't forget, jump over to Chad Theory. He's on Monday through to Friday, every day. Monday through to Friday, midday. I'm going to get a haircut. All right, last one's gone to CB Boyd. Y'all have a great weekend. Certainly will. I'm going to go for a haircut. Won't be going for a ride. Have a nice one, everyone. Thanks for the day.